In this example, we have 25x squared minus 36y squared. So on both terms, we do have a number with the variable. So let's take a close look. In the first term, it's 25x squared. So if I look at the number 25, it is a perfect square. And then the variable x squared, also another perfect square. So the whole thing is a perfect square. Now let's take a look at the second term. 36, if we look at the number 36, that's a perfect square. And then look at the variable y squared, another perfect square. So therefore the whole thing is a perfect square. So what we do is do the square root of the first term and then the square root of the second term. So the square root of 25x squared will be 5x. And then the square root of the second term, 36y squared, will be 6y. So once I finish finding the square root, then we're just going to put it in this form. Again, make sure that when you're factoring that if this is a different square is when it's two perfect square with a minus in the middle. So say I follow this form. My a value is 5x plus my b value, which is 6y. Put it in parentheses. Then I'll rewrite it again, 5x, but this time minus, and then 6y. Put it in parentheses, and then that's my final answer. Let me box that up. And again, you could choose to write 5x minus 6y first, and then 5x plus 6y. Again, the order doesn't matter as long as you follow the form correctly. In this example, we have 16m squared minus 49p squared. So it's two terms with the minus in the middle. So let's double check if the first term and the second term is a perfect square. In the first term, if I look at the number 16, that's a perfect square. And then the variable m squared, another perfect square. Since these two are perfect square, this whole thing, this whole term is a perfect square. Good so far. In the second term, let's take a look at the number first. 49. 49 is a perfect square, so okay, so 4. Then the variable p squared, another perfect square. So these two parts are perfect square, so the whole second term is a perfect square. So these two are difference of squares. So I'm going to start finding the square root of the first term and then the square root of the second term. So the square root of 16m squared is 4m. And then the square root of the second term, 49p squared, is just 7p. So once I find the square root of those two terms, then we're just going to set up our answer. So say I want to write it as a minus b. So my a value is 4m minus my b value, which is 7p. Put it in parentheses. And then my second one is 4m plus 7p. So I follow that format. This is my answer, and I'm pretty much done. So let me box that up. And then here is our final answer. Make sure to follow the order and the form correctly, and you should be fine.